Yeah, good day. Welcome to my channel. And this will be a cross-platform videos, TikTok, YouTube. And if you are yet to follow me on those channels, on those platforms, I would tell you to go and follow because I post different things on each of them, and you will learn from them. Also today, I'll just be taking you flex boxes. And what are boxes? Sometimes you are going through a channel and you want to you see some what's the name, you see some boxes around each other and different sizes, and you wonder how are these things done. You some when I started, I used to use margin. I use margin to say that. I say sometimes I say margin left, some margin right, and then later when I started coding, I realized that there's something we call flexbox and grid. Like, okay, what are these are things that help you create those boxes together, space them around, space between, justify them, align them the way you want. You can totally do them the way you want. So today I'll be talking of flex boxes. Yeah, so um today I'll just be teaching you flex box basics. Then later on I'll be telling you some things about flex boxes. So here I'll be having a section for my HTML. I'll be having a section with five divs. As we all know what five divs are. Know what divs are. There's nobody here that can tell me does not know what divs. That's when we're gonna fight. Section five divs. Yeah. So um, but done with that. Sorry, I have to style this. Say class of what's the name? Flex container. I love putting flex container. We also have div. Instead of using flex container, flexes, you can also use div, grid. But I prefer using flex, and sometimes I use grid. Like the last website I created, which I'm going to show you at the end of this video. I used grid and flex boxes. I use grid, so I'm going to show you, I promise. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the websites. I'm going to show you the website. So let's go to CSS. I'm going to create a new file. No, I'm not creating a new file. I have CSS file already. So and here's my CSS. I've linked it to the HTML, as you can see it on line 7. Style.css. So I'll come here and I'll create some basic styling, which you know already. Style, basically everything you want to do should have this. Every website you are creating should have padding of 0 and a margin of 0, margin of 0, not, sorry, not minus 0, 0, and not 0 0 0. Then for my body, I have mean width of 100 viewport heights. 100 viewport height. I save that. So I come to my flexbox is my HTML. Look at here. I have what we call the flex container with the class. So, and you remember when time on HTML we use the class attributes. We'll come to the CSS and we use the dot selector. That's class selector. Flex container to pick that section. Flex container. So this flex container is actually picking this section here. The flex container I wrote in the CSS is actually picking this section. So everything in that flex container, everything written under those two curly brackets will be the styling of these divs under it. Everything I say there will be what will be done. Sorry. So if I come here and I say display, first of all, we are creating something related to, we are creating flexbox, and whatever we are displaying should be in flex because we are using flexbox. If it was grid, we say display grid. Now we are displaying flex and we say display flex. As simple as that. Because display flex. I save that. You're not seeing anything in the screen, you'll be like, okay, for easy access, so you know how everything works. I'm going to put 1, 2, sorry, 3, 4, 5. So you see it display flex. It is in that format. If I had removed this, let me start again. I'm removing display flex. and you see it the vertical. But immediately I put display flex, you realize that what it goes horizontal. That is the usefulness of that's what we call flex. It takes those whatever the divs. It's telling you that okay, instead of divs are block elements, and block elements creates they go after, they don't take the available space, they go for a new line, and that's what happens here. So but once I say display flex, I'm telling you that that block element display using the remaining space there. Use the space that are left, don't just go to the next line, continue with that space. Yeah, so I say display flex. I'm not floating right because I'm going to stay where I am. Then I say flex wrap. Those are my basic styling, and you'll be like, what's flex wrap? Okay, now sometimes we might be using on we might be on small screens, and you'll be like, okay, um you'll be like, how do I, okay, sorry, if I put something like no wrap, by the time I start reducing the size of the screen, you see that sometimes it might cut off, sometimes it might the thing might look ugly, and it's not. Once I say flex wrap, it starts shrinking and start dividing itself into twos, fours, threes. You understand what I'm saying? If the line does not contain it, it shifts to the next line. You understand what I'm saying? Now, for the next one, I have justify content space around. Sorry, sorry. Justify content space around. And I'm still going to play with every of these things to see how it actually works. So I'll be creating you can see immediately I put justify content, everything spreads to the size of the screen. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to let you see this. Can you see I enlarged it on purpose for you to see it? So you see it's what it spreads itself to the size of the screen. If I bring it back here, you see it also shrinks. It comes back to the size of the screen that is available. So that's what justify content space around. You can also there are different ones. You have space between, space between. It gives each of them same space in the middle. You'll be like, what's the difference between space between and space around? I'm going to show you the difference now. Now look at space between. If you look at this initial place, there is no space, and the end of this number 5, there is no space. But if I come here and I say space around, you notice that it creates a space at the beginning and a space at the end, and also the space in between are the same. So basically, anytime I'm using flex boxes, I use space around. I prefer using that space around because it makes my works look so neat. It gives me space at the beginning and space at the end. So I use that. Also, align content, flex stats, flex stats, flex stats. Also, I have width. Now I'm going to put that at 65%. Um, so it won't cover the screen. I'm going to put that at 65%. You see, or in fact, since we are taking the whole of the screen, we are not putting anything else. I'm going to put 100%. 100%. So let's work with 100%. I also have I'm going to put a background color. A background color. And let's pick the color we want. I don't have any color in mind, but I think I'll go with let's see this cornflower blue. I've not used this before, but today I'm gonna see that cornflower blue. Yeah, so I'll be going with the next one, the height. The height, I'm going to be using the viewport height, and that will be 80 VH. The 80 viewport height. So you see that. Now you're wondering that why is this guy covering the whole screen? It's supposed to give you gap for each of them. No, I've not started working on the divs each themselves. I'm working on the section. That is. I'm going to show you. If you look at the HTML structure, I have the section first before the divs. I have sections before the div. So I'm working on the section. So sometimes when you look at houses, there's there's a fence around it, and also you are seeing the house in between. So the fence around the house is the section. So before I can start working on the inside, I work on the section first. I work on the fence. If I want to enter the any house, I have to first pass through the gates, and the gate is held by the fence, isn't it? So the fence is what guides it before I enter the house. So basically, the section is the fence of this flex container. So I'm working on the section currently, and that's why I see no space in anything now. Everything I'm styling looks like as if it's not really looking. You know what I'm saying? It's not fine. Abby, it's not fine. But we'll see whether it's be fine at the end or not. Yeah. So the height is 80 viewport height, and overflow will be for me hidden. And I wonder what is overflow. Sometimes you are creating a um um you are creating a flexbox and you're writing some text, and the text is much more than the height, and you don't want to increase the height of that flexbox, of that particular box. What you do is either you say overflow hidden. It stops wherever the text stops, wherever the box stops. It does not go over it. Like, I don't know whether you get what I mean. It does not pass that particular, the text does not pass, it stops there. It's not actually text, it might be image. It does not pass that box, it stays there, it cuts it. But if you say overflow auto or scroll, overflow flow scroll, you can see this. If there is any image or text that passes it, I can just scroll. But since there is nothing like I want to scroll here, you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing I want to scroll here. The text is in between everything. So I'm going to be, I love setting my overflow to be hidden, but sometimes I use scroll or auto. Basically auto, because auto is the same thing as scroll right. I should say, I think I can say that. Then flex direction, I'll be having the flex direction of row. Yeah, now what if I put a column? It goes vertical. You see, you understand? I think you should by now you should know what column and row means. Row means horizontal, and column means vertical. Yeah, if I say row reverse, it starts from 5 and goes descends down to 1. At the same time, if I say column reverse, it goes to the column and start from 5 from the top and goes down. So you understand basically what this means: column and row reverse. So for now, I'll be setting mine to row because I'm working with row. Yeah, so I'm done with these guys. So I'll be coming for my G. Sorry, I'll be coming for the div itself. We're done with the section, we're done with the fence. Now we're going into the house itself, into the house where we have the numbers written. Now, so we say dot flex container div. You wondering why I'm doing this? People like, why can't I just write div? All the time I was also coding, I just write the div straight. But got some point, I'll be like, when I read other people's code, I see that okay, they write the flex container, and yet they still write div. What I just do, I just give the class the div a class, and I work with it. But I understand that this flex container is basically the parent of this div, and this div is this direct child of this flex container. So when I'm working with div, I have to pick that flex container. So I don't need to be classing every of my HTML elements. So I can just come and say dot flex container div, like directly the son of the flex container. So I say, okay, yeah, the div or the son of this guy, I want you to do this for me. That's basically what I'm saying. So I don't need to, unless I want to style each of them differently. Yeah, then I can still say dot flex container, then pick that one. But here I'm styling everything together, like the div. So I'll be saying width of each of them should be let's set it to 100 pixels, same as the heights, 100 pixels. I want to show you something. Height should be 100 pixels, and margin should be just 5 pixels, not much. And the background color, I don't have a color in mind, but we'll find. That's the normal thing, we'll find. Let's check this out. Yeah, we're not really talking about colors here, but you can see what's here is basically the text at the center. Sorry, the text. I put text align center here. Text align center, so we don't. Yeah, so you see that. You see the every of the divs that have blue violet is the house itself. They had the house. You see this big light blue of it, this flower blue of a thing is the fence around it. They are the one that what that shields the house. They're like the fence that divide the house from other blocks. Like this particular cornflower blue divides this section from another section. So I said something before I start. I said I will be playing around with some of this. For the justified content, I think I've done space evenly. I will be putting flex stats. So I'm coming here. I'm coming here and I'm saying flex stats, and see it comes here. It does not space around anymore. I can say flex end. It goes to the end of that. You can see. Then maybe I want to, as this thing is a flex end, I want to pick this particular guy, the number one. I just come here and I say dot flex container. Sorry. I think, wait, sorry. Dot flex container. I'm coming. So as I was saying, I want to bring this guy over here. This number one here, I want to bring it to the top, to the beginning. So I just come here and say dot flex container, then div, and I say first child. I pick the first child there, and I come here and I say margin rights auto, and you see something, it stays on its own and move to the, and basically this is for maybe you're working for the nav bar, your navigation bar. Instead of saying flow try sorry, instead of doing the other ones, this is an easy way. Just create your flex, then pick the beginning one, the first one, and the first child, and throw it here. It automatically goes there. So knowing that, I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to comment this out. Where is it? Sorry. So I want to comment this guy out. You know what comments are now? Comments are basically what you don't want the browser to show, just to be read by the developer of the website. So I think I've done justice to what justice is to be done for. Yeah. So I said let me just use this opportunity to go for animations. No, I think I should go for animation in my next videos. So if you want to understand what animations are, you want to know how animations and transitions work, watch out for my next video. Make sure you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I'm telling you, you're gonna miss it. You will miss it. But if you subscribe, the very first minute I'm sending, you'll be getting a notification when you switch on your data and be like, oh yeah, the recorder has posted a video. Yeah, so I'll tell you personally to subscribe. I'll plead with you, subscribe to get more updates and tutorials that enhance your skill as a developer. Yeah, so that's all about Flexboxes. Not all, but basic Flexbox tutorials. So I promised you I'll be showing you my code for the website I did, the grid and the Flexboxes. Flexboxes. Let me bring it out. So this is the website I worked on for a client. So I'm working on, and you see it. Add and get. I'll show you in full screen. Yeah, this is it. Add and get add, and this is the Flexbox. You see, this place. I use the Flexbox for this place, and I used grid here. This is a grid, Although Flexbox can do this as well, but I just prefer, just like, okay, let me use grid for this, and Flexbox for this. Also Flexbox can work for this, but I just prefer using grid can also work for this. You can use them interchangeably for anything you want to create something like this. You see, this is Flexbox, and for the footer also I use Flexbox. Yeah, so the section, this section as well, the nav bar is also Flexbox. So is understandable when we say coding is fun, right? Yeah, so this is where I'll be ending to this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on this video.